All right, you should have picked up your new Algebra 1 Topic 2 packet. Make sure your name is on it. If you haven't picked that up, pause this and go grab it. We are going to start on Lesson 1 today, which is on page 2. However, we just need to practice a few things first. So that being, we're going to be doing a lot of graphing in this topic. And so you guys did a lot of graphing slope, but I just want to review graphing coordinates. And it's the opposite of slope, which is super silly and annoying, but it's just the way it is. So when we graph coordinates, so when we say, hey, graph this point and make a dot, you go over first and then up. When you graph slope, you go up first and then over, which I know is silly and backwards, but I want to practice graphing coordinates quick before we move on. So for example, if we were going to graph -3, 4, I would go over -3, up 4, and make a dot. Same thing with 2, 4. I would go over 2, up 4, and make a dot. For -1, -5, over -1, down 5, and make a dot. Okay, so opposite of slope, we're going over, go left and right first, then go up and down. If you want to pause this and skip through and do the rest just practicing on your own, that is fine. To start actually lesson 1, which is a little bit of review and then a little bit of new stuff. So in this lesson, it is going to be I can find the y-intercept from 2 coordinates. So we talked about all we've been doing the last couple weeks is slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. M is the slope. B is the y-intercept. And remember, with any of this today, if you need to pause the video, pause it so you can get everything written down in the correct amount of time. Okay, let's practice graphing. Again, this should be super fresh. You just quizzed on this. In this first one, the slope is 2/3. Y-intercept is 3. So my first dot goes on the 3. And my slope goes up 2 over 3. Again, if you're feeling solid on this, go ahead and pause it and do the rest on your own for these 2 examples. That was pretty easy since you just quizzed on this the other day. And then just a reminder, positive slopes go in this direction, negatives go in this direction. Slope of 0 is kind of straight across, flat, and then an undefined slope is up and down. Again, this is all review, but it's part of lesson 1 that they just want us to go over. So I'm going to go through it. I think you guys probably know this, so I would suggest just pausing it, doing it yourself, and then coming back and just making sure you got the right answers. Make sure this is what you have for these three. If you're stuck on this, this is something you and I can work on when I am back and do it together as well. But hopefully this isn't too bad since this is what we have been working on. However, on the next page, these are going to be the new things. So now what's going to happen is we need to write an equation in slope-intercept form, which is what we've been doing, when we have 2 points. So the first thing we need to do is find the slope. We know how to find the slope of 2 points. 4 minus negative 2 over 3 minus negative 1. So we get 6 over 4, which simplifies to 3 over 2. Okay, that's our slope. Then we choose a coordinate. So you can either choose the first coordinate or the second coordinate. It doesn't matter. I choose one that either has like smaller numbers, has 0, 1, positive numbers. Numbers I think are going to be easier to work with. So I'm going to choose 3 and 4 just because they're positive and I think it'll make my life easier. But it doesn't matter. We'll get the same answer either way. So I'm going to choose the coordinate 3, 4. And then I'm going to plug everything back into the equation y equals mx plus b. Now my y is 4 because this is x, this is y. So I have 4 equals m is my slope, which we just figured out is 3 over 2. X is 3. And we don't know what b is. Then I have to solve. So 3 over 2 times 3 is 9 over 2. And then we do minus 9 over 2 to the other side. And you would get 9 minus 4 over 2 is going to be your b. So we're solving just like what we've been doing in the last couple of weeks when we had to, you did this back in October when you had to solve. And for this, you're going to get negative 1/2. So your b is negative 1/2. So that means your final answer is y equals your slope, 3 over 2 x minus your b, negative 1/2. Now, if that was super hard, we're going to do a couple more, so don't stress. All right, and this one, first thing I do is find the slope. So 6 minus 4 over negative 1 minus 5. So I get 2 over negative 6, which is the same thing as negative 1/3. So slope we should be fairly caught up on. That's the slope. I'm going to use the coordinate 5/4. Again, it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to plug everything into the equation y equals mx plus b. So our y, that's x, this is y. So it goes x, y. So y is 4, m is negative 1/3, x is 5, and we don't know what b is. Then I can solve. Negative 1/3 times 5 is negative 5/3 plus b. Then to get b alone, because I'm trying to solve for b, I would plus 5 over 3 to the other side. So then you should get 17/3. So this is our m, this is our b. So our final answer is y equals our slope, negative 1/3 x, plus our y-intercept, 17/3. All right, we're going to do it again here. Find the slope, negative 3 minus 1 over 0 minus 3. We get negative 4 over negative 3, which is a positive 4/3. Then choose a point. I'm going to choose the point with the 0. 0, negative 3. Remember, this is your x, this is your y. Plug into the equation, y equals mx plus b. So our y is negative 3, Our m is 4/3. X is 0 plus b. -3 equals 4/3 times 0 is 0 plus b. So that means our y-intercept is -3. So our final equation is y equals 4/3 x minus 3. Okay, I want you to pause it and do this last one on your own and then come back and check it. We'll go over this all together on whiteboards on Thursday, so don't worry too much about it. We're going to finish up with the backside. This is the same thing, it just doesn't break the steps down for you. So I'll show you kind of what it looks like without the steps. First, find the slope. 2 minus -6 over -7 minus 1. You get 8 over -8, so you have a slope of -1. Then pick a point. I'm going to pick the point 1, -6. This is x, this is y. And then I need to plug it into the y equals mx plus b. Y is -6, m is -1, x is 1, and we don't know b. -1 times 1 is -1. Add 1 to the other side, and we get -5 is what b equals. So your final answer is y equals -1x minus 5. I'm going to show you one more time, and then I want you to do the last two on your own. So first, find the slope. So you get 6 over 7 as your slope. Hopefully you enjoy that. Pick a point. I'm going to pick the point 4, 5. This is my x, this is my y. And plug it into the point y equals mx plus b. So my y is 5. My m is 6 over 7. X is 4. You get 24 over 7. Then I need to subtract 24 over 7 to the other side. Do this on your calculator. And you should get 11/7. So your final answer is y equals 6 over 7x plus 11 over 7. Okay, the last two, I want you to do it on your own and then come back and check and make sure you are correct. Then over 4. Okay, I want you to try the worksheet and do the Google form. I think the Google form just is for page 8. What I really want you to focus on is page 8. Okay, I know you should already know how to do 7. This is all you need to get through today. Do your best. Work with each other if you need to help explain things to each other. We will go over this more when I am back on Thursday.